Yes, his word, yeah, it was through a ruin, and you guys go back to town. Doesn't take that long, if I'm being honest, like probably like 40 minutes at a leisurely pace. Not leisurely, a non-SWAT pace. Yeah.
Good thinking, Mira. Figured out where they were.
So, it is still the middle of the fucking night.
This has been a very long night. It feels like it's been almost 4 weeks.
Ha! That's crazy.
Dishonor.
John remarks at you from
dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow! Okay, so, you guys pull up to Outer Turov's lodge.
Dang it, our sweet SUV.
got the kids in the bag, ready to your sock it up. No.
How is she feeling, you know, out in the open again after 100 years, 600 years?
Couple of centuries. She's a person of the land, so the geography of the place doesn't really induce much for her, but she does always eye when you guys pass by ruins and stuff like that. And she gets a bit of a smirk. I'm telling when I listen, she mutters to herself at multiple times, like, "Where's your legacy now, oh my lord? Where's your legacy now?" Eventually,
I'll drop stone form as we approach the village.
you guys pull or go over to Outer Turov's lodge. You can see that the fireplace is still lit. That sort of meeting room off to the side on his western wing. And you guys just open up the door, like he told you, like, don't be strangers. You guys open up the door and you do see Outer Turov. And you see Mishka and Saya and resulting family. Not sure why I said resulting, that's a bit weird.
They appeared.
Indeed, they have appeared. You also do see Outer Turov's assistant, Astreyev. They're also just sort of sat down. You could tell upon your entrance, there's a look of relief across them. And you can also tell, because of the look of relief, that they were immensely tense while you guys were gone.
Elder Tariff, we have great news!
We've brought you the truth and the choice.
Come in. He's just like so flabbergasted, and he just gets a wiry old man smirk. Come in. You all step inside, and then Serena is just sort of eyeing the place, like, really curiously.
Elder Turov, may I introduce you to Serena? Serena, Elder Turov, Serena.
Serena comes up to the elder and holds out a hand for him to shake. Serena Abelin. Turov. Elder Turov. It's a pleasure, Elder. He eyes the massive fucking hole.
Oh, that was me.
There's a long story here.
It seems you have much to detail. Please.
Do you have dinner made?
What'd you say?
Do you have dinner prepared?
We ate to earlier while you guys were below.
This guy could literally, I can't even say that as a joke, literally eat a horse. He's probably hungry.
Oh, I apologize. I do not believe we share this diet, however.
Not for long.
Question. Wait, no, question. Adventurers tend to snack on the road. That's just what you do when you travel. Who here would carry snacks out on their person?
I would imagine Karis carries a bunch of ingredients.
Karis has a bunch of ingredients.
Marshall
has broccoli.
Internet connection died off.
We have the infinite broccoli.
You have the infinite broccoli.
Tremor probably
Who keeps
food.
You keep out. That's all I'm thinking. Like Chadamir as well. You guys would keep food on your person.
Yeah.
Ready for
I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
We're asking who has food on their person, snacks and such.
Why?
Like,
because
not like your backpack. Not in your backpack.
Oh, okay.
Like on your person, like on a fucking vest pouch.
I do have 3 rations. Why? What happened? My
Rations are not what I'm asking.
Probably
who has it on their person. I'm talking about like in a pocket on your person.
Like actively eating broccoli after he said that.
Okay. What is that?
That's broccoli.
I do not know. I don't know.
Holy effect.
Oh, you glorious
I like
bastard.
that. Thank you.
That was me.
Fred, you glorious
Thank you,
bastard.
Fred. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Serena just eyes you guys knowingly. It's Fred have a bag of chips. It's fucking some crisps just fucking.
I take out, like... Because dried carrots is one of the ingredients for dark vision, so she would just have, like, carrots on her. So she would take out a carrot and...
You haven't even made a dark vision potion, nerd.
No, not to dark vision, to the spell itself. It's one of the components.
Ah.
Yeah. So she would just have carrots on her, so she would give a carrot to the elder, I suppose.
He takes it and he licks it.
I take a step back, expect him to start vomiting.
He was enjoying it.
Congratulations, you can eat food again.
His eyes shoot open, and he looks at you guys. He gets a tired old smile.
Hey.
And he just stands up and he goes over to like your collective group stats, gets on his knees and kneels and bows. Thank you.
We are
That's
not
not
done
all.
yet.
To anyone
And then-
keeping a watch on Serena, like she gets another flicker of guilt as he does that to you guys.
By the way, I do whisper to Cheddar, like, can you go and hunt, like, 15 ducks or something for me?
I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll work on it later. I help the elder up.
You should do it now.
You see like tears are coming from his eyes. You have given us a godly blessing. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's what we do.
We have more, Elder Turok.
Tarov,
Elder Turok.
what more can you provide?
Well, gesturing at Serena and Aldrich to explain the situation.
I think we just explain it, like, in a broad stroke, like, you know.
Serena will want to explain things herself, if she can. If you
Yeah,
let her.
totally.
So she elaborates that she is not as young as she appears and seen this town centuries old.
I ain't no spring chicken.
She explains that it was her and her fellows that caused the first curse, but that she apologizes immensely, like they never, ever meant for the second part, and that she explains that that is the work of a true foe god, because they believed her and hers were foe god worshippers, and that's not the case. Turov and just everyone present, all the villagers present, just get conflicting and flickering emotions. True to what Mishka mentioned about Turov of being the sort of person that would always listen to both sides, like he assages, he calms the other people about their emotional extreme, so to speak, and just always inquires, some questions and prodding her to continue to finish the story. Eventually, she does finish the story, with you guys besting her and she awakening down there, remembering what happened. That at your guys' request to her, that she can lift the tree's curse, or her curse upon them. But she says that the choice is the villages. Like she makes that point that she's like, that you guys wanted to give the choice to them. This this entire story takes an hour, at least. It's very weird.
While we're doing this, can I start cooking on his fire just a meal, like a general meal for...
They have a kitchen. You don't need to cook on the story fire pit. They have an actual kitchen.
Okay, then I will actually, like, cook the biggest fucking thing I can make. Like, a casserole, I don't know.
Lasagna.
A 5-course meal,
Lasagna.
such for a king.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
And then I bring it out to the people who haven't eaten food ever.
It's a
Marshall.
delight. And Marshall, yeah. Don't forget Marshall.
Oh,
He
Marshall
eats,
gets the first one.
Yeah,
He gets the first one.
High fives.
As she narrates, Aldrich will point out that any animosity, any blame should be dumped at the feet of the person who got the better of both of them. Sort of
Vetland.
hinting at... Yeah, Vetland. Sort of hinting at...
She name drops him.
Yeah.
A fell god with the name of Ashen Soul Vetlin.
Yeah.
It's not one that any of the villagers except her, and he only knows it very obscurely.
And I will point out that that should be where the ire is aimed, that if any stronger emotions need to be vented, they should be aimed at that, not at... Oh shit, no, I dropped her name.
Serena.
Serena, yes.
Serena would also voice at the end of after the story is done, laying out this choice to the elder, that she does mention, like, if you're afraid that might stumble along the way, I'll be here. Or if not, if you don't want me here, which I understand, there are other people, the Seekers, that could help you. She says Seekers like just as a term. She has no clue what they actually are, but she just sort of mimics what Mira said.
Yes.
Like the Seekers, stuff like that. So, yeah. Your choice. My ancestors would never pondered. You guys, all of you. And I thank you for that. Astraev. Yes? I shall not decide if.
Agreed. It should not be for people in the positions of power to decide everyone's fate. Looking directly at Aldrich.
At once, Elder Turtle.
Shut up and eat your broccoli.
Lasagna.
It's lasagna
Broccoli.
You can eat
with
both.
broccoli.
It's both.
Ooh, melted
Let's be
cheese
real.
and broccoli.
Oh god, I'm so hungry.
So, Astraev just gets a bell. She just gets a really big bell. And just walks outside.
Bong, 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 bong.
And you hear dung, dung, dung. Slowly growing quieter as she walks away. And you hear her shouting a meeting at the Elder's Lodge and stuff like that.
What time of night is this?
Probably 3 a.m.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter when you're free.
Or- Yeah, you can sleep all you want.
People would wake up and be like, is this literally a dream?
Looks like Gallagher could use some freedom.
Freedom.
Marco.
It is freedom hour.
Freedom o'clock. Sunrise on a new day. Anyhow.
We've gotten off track.
Wait, please wait here. And he leaves. And you can sort of see as he opens the door, like a growing group of people, a crowd, forming outside. There's a lot more people in Gallagher than you originally thought. It's not as dead bare. Like, you guys knew, like, people were hiding in their house. You didn't think, like, you figured, like, I don't know, families hiding in their houses? Not family, extended family, cousins, just second cousins, all sharing the same house. There's a lot of people here.
Oh, so not nuclear family, it's the family.
It's not just a nuclear family sharing.
Mamma mia.
They're like Asian families sharing a house.
Mm.
It's been one experience. Anyways. People of Gallagher. Tonight. I know it has been a long night. But tonight. We have been offered a choice. Our ancestors would never have even thought of. Humored. Astraev brings out like some of the food that Kara's made. And everyone's like, we have been freed from one. But our thirst is not freed yet. It is still bound to the tree. We have been offered a choice. Do you stay with Gallagher and its tree? A new tree. Or I suppose the original tree of stories. Or do you wish to be free of it all? Hunger and thirst. I will not make this choice for all of you. But we are a family. Bound by circumstance. And I ask none of you to direct your ire at those of us that wish to be free of it. So I ask you all to vote. Stay or go. It's a bit of murmuring, whispers, confusion. To be fair, though, it's quite a peculiar decision to make in the middle of the night after just being woken up, undo the work of centuries, right? Quite a heavy decision and very peculiar.
And Marshall would speak up and just, be like, don't be afraid to take your freedom and take your life back.
Make a persuasion check.
Let's good at these.
I will say, like, this is the point if you guys have to eject any points.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad. I'm going to roll.
Does
I'm going to roll a d20. This is like resurrecting a dead person. You're resurrecting a dead town in this case.
I would.
The DC
I would,
will be 10.
I will chime
One way or
in,
the other.
and I would say, rid yourselves of the chains you're bound, that have bound you.
would the elder have mentioned like the assistance of the individual and the seekers, or was it just what
He
you
would
said?
have.
Okay.
There's much more to the speech than I made. I just went glimpse at it. Actually, I don't think I'd roll for it. That'd be weird. But I do have something tracking in my mind, though. Anyone else have anything you want to interject? Before I decide their fates? Or they decide their own fates, rather? No? Very well.
I will offer them to teach them to cook lasagna.
They have no clue what that even is.
That's what they're eating.
She made one,
They're not all
made one
eating. I
lasagna,
can
which is
make-
probably
Yeah, I don't have
Apparently.
enough ingredients to make like a
especially if
village
Martha
style
took a huge
lasagna.
portion of it.
Yeah, I would assume like
Yeah,
70%
like
of it.
70-30. Favor Marshall.
Everyone can take a bite of the infinite broccoli. Oh god, they will never agree.
I look at Karen just like, no.
It's infinite, Marshall. They'll eat it.
That's how you spread germs.
Gross.
Marshall's like the comic of the dog that's like, no take, only throw.
Only throw. So, Oda 12 makes decision, or the voting pretty simple. Stand one way if you vote one way. Stand on the other side if you vote the other way.
I will give him a bardic inspiration if he needs it.
Well, that's not him making this.
I would actually go down to whoever looks to be the oldest and hand stand.
Oda 12.
Whoever besides him.
Okay.
Wait, is he sitting?
He's standing.
Yeah, go up to like the oldest, like most decrepit looking lady.
I'm about to say, you find an old lady. She's afraid. You can tell.
Do not be afraid to live out your days. Free.
I'm actually thinking of how the vote would be split. If at all. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it would be unanimous vote. Who knows?
People, a familiar burden to bear kind of situation of just like.
Essentially.
The devil you know.
That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you.
The devil you know versus the devil you don't.
But they're not going into it alone.
Oh, could I ask Mira to like make a, you're a seeker. You could like you know a couple of seekers. You could.
She
like,
shakes her head at when you say you're a seeker.
Yeah, I know, and then I like sorry, but you know, you can. Would the seekers help them?
Assuming you get Devros get settled, yeah. If not, then everyone's
Yeah,
free to dance
but-
over our corpses.
You're right.
Well, you want them to make a choice? Let them make a choice.
I think the DM is just thinking.
I am. I'm thinking of how a multitude of villagers would react, what input your NPCs would provide, as well as a watching goddess. How much food do you guys have?
Let me find
Not
out.
on your person. This time I'm actually talking about rations and everything.
I think I have 2 rations.
I have
Yeah.
my bag of holding, which
Wait, no, I only
They can't eat a bag of holding, Chedamere. Come on.
Not with that attitude. I have 11
Fair enough.
rations, and I would offer
The
that
fuck?
I can. Yeah, right?
Okay,
I would
then-
offer that I can go hunting and potentially find more food for him.
I have
Yeah,
no rations because I gave them all away.
Yeah, same. I mean, I think I bought like 3 more late. No, wait, I can't. Then I literally have none.
you could have bought rations and stuff. That was the point.
Yeah, I was about like.
Yeah.
But if Chedamir's offering 11 rations, I could stretch them out, make like a big ass
Oh,
casserole, and fill it with Kier's special treat.
You gotta make it into a stew.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
stew
gonna
with
say, probably
broccoli in
stew.
it. Like we have a fresh broccoli here that I can chop up and make it like
Whatever,
really
broccoli.
good.
Oh, what does food taste like? Give some some shitty ass fucking broccoli or something. Just like, oh
It's
man,
delicious.
nah, I'll keep the heel
Yeah,
push.
no, never mind. Yeah, no, but like spice
That's
it
not
up.
saying the infinite broccoli is shitty, but it's funny.
I mean, we have now 14 rations if everyone gives. Okay, 12 rations.
16.
No.
16, not 17.
12,
17.
17.
And okay.
I was like, mine.
I mean, if I that there's dried things in there, so I could probably make like a nice stew with it. Beans and a lot of paprika powder, and it tastes like heaven.
I mean, you could probably cut up a ton of broccoli into it.
Yeah, I can stretch it out into a really good stew.
Similar to how Marshall roll me persuasion.
You broke up what?
Kara's roll me your cooking ability, like cooking utensils or whatever. What's utensils?
I would use Kier's special treat.
You can't spread out 5 bardic inspirations across a town of.
Okay, that's very fair. I don't
Yeah, what
have
are
a
they gonna do
cooking
with them?
supply.
I use it to go back to sleep?
Take a hard nap.
Which ability do I use with cooking?
Probably your
Wisdom?
Yeah, knowing how to cook. Yeah, wisdom.
And am I proficient in it? So +3.
Wisdom does make sense. You learn from experience.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Putting too much time in it
Okay.
makes it taste like dirt.
yeah.
Good. Then here we go. 15. Oh, actually +1. Sorry, because of Lugstone. So 16.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna use my my inspiration that I still have. Reroll it, just in case.
That was below
Yes,
average.
So 18. Making a mean
slightly
stew.
above.
And wisdom is knowing not to put tomato in.
Indeed.
So 218, not bad.
I could cook up some fish
Oh.
people. No.
Did you catch? Crash, did you catch what Aldrich said earlier?
About them being free.
Yeah, cast off the chains that bind you.
Yeah, it's your
They're
bond or
But
whatever.
the chains, they're well.
I think your personality trait is that one.
Yes, it's my bond. It's the
your
one you're looking for.
Oh, sorry now.
Your bond is
I will
revolving.
say,
around
oh yeah,
people.
also as well, make a persuasion check. Aldrich.
Oh, gotcha.
Just trying to open up this sheet. That's what. Just use a legendary resistance.
We do have a lot of mess kits, so a lot of people can get like some food tasted and then pass
This
it
kid
around.
is just like the metal
Like-
tins and things you eat with.
Cooking utensils, essentially.
No, I know, but that's what I
Eating
meant. Like,
utensils.
Much more.
all right, they have their own eating utensils. I'm an idiot.
Spoon.
Yeah, like these people, like the amount is destitute. Like it's not that they literally have never ate something different.
I just grab a leg and start noshing on it.
They fucking cook at you, even.
Oh, I have a question before the rolls are finished. Could Mira help me with cooking? She's pretty okay with it.
She's not gonna decide a town's fate, but influencing the cooking of it. Now, for confidence,
Can I Okay.
I'm still tracking her mental state. She's doing better.
Can I like persuade her into helping me cook for the town?
You can do it at disadvantage.
Okay. Just like, hey, come on, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing. Persuasion, right?
You just increase the DC, but yes. No.
Damn, okay.
Eventually, Tarov, after everyone's getting sorted. Oh. What's your guys' passive perceptions?
21.
14.
I'm still against the Sentinel Shield
Bad.
helping me with passive, by the way.
Don't care.
15.
Everyone was 16 passive perception and above. You see, because again, the town of Galber is situated on a peninsula. Which, by the way, the river's still here. The river didn't just dry up and go away. What happened? The river's still here. Galber is situated on a sunken peninsula, with the way leading to it being a elevated position. Now, of course, the town has its own brush and overgrowth and that. But they say you could see a candle from miles off, even in pitch darkness, especially in pitch darkness. Something similar happens for them. You guys see 3 colors: blue, red, and green, off in the distance. Eventually, though, it's time to vote. Remember what I said, all of you. We are family. Do not judge each other by how they vote. Merely respect it. To my right shall be those that wish the curse live. To my left, those that are comfortable with stay. Please, make your steps. How do you guys think the vote is split? I'm curious.
80-20.
I think it's
In
closer
favor
than
of?
that.
Yes.
Okay.
80-20 in a direction.
Well,
Any direction.
I think. I think it's someone.
Oh, I thought I misunderstood you. In favor of. I thought you meant in favor.
No, yeah. In favor
Now I get
of...
you.
Yeah. I understood what you meant afterwards. Jokes aside.
I think it's probably closer to like 70-30 in favor of just dropping all the curse entirely.
Okay.
Maybe even less than that. But I'm gonna stick at 70-30.
65-45.
110%.
Wait, I can't do math.
35.
65-35.
65-35.
Shut up. I hate you.
Hey,
I'm
she's a
legal.
follower of the luck. She
Mom.
swings it in her favor.
I appreciate
Mom,
your
please
presence.
listen to me.
And it joys me to say that you're all wrong.
It was 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
I did roll for it, after all. Just did it right now.
Aww.
That makes me glad.
Wait, what did you roll?
Just a d20.
Oh, what did you roll?
I rolled it on my own behalf. I could screenshot it if you want.
No, I mean, what did you roll?
I rolled a d20 to see how they devoted.
Number.
We're gonna just
14.
let him get to the result.
I rolled a 14. The DC was lowered by 4 points. So 6. It could have still happened.
Ooh.
But since it's literally double the DC, I was like, yeah, that's like 100%. Why not? So, to some relief, after some tension, everyone steps to the Elder's right. Including the Elder, including Mishka and Saya, Asraev, and the Elder himself. It's a bit of a... Well, speaking from your chronicler's perspective, it's a sight that Owen probably will draw immediately, and it's a sight that none of you will forget. An elder standing in front of his village, all having unanimously voted. And you can see that there's actually a bit of relief amongst them. Smiles around. Not just at their freedom, but the fact that they all voted together in the same way. Never gets a smile on her face. Family. Elder Turov, wide smile on his face that makes him seem decades younger. In all honesty. He just nods at you guys. We are ready. What do you guys do? I'm assuming you just shove Serena forward or something.
Urge.
Yeah. Tap her on the arm. Like, your turn.
Look at her, yeah.
It is not a flicker of guilt upon her face, it is an outright appearance of itself. She is teary-eyed. It doesn't take a genius to figure out why. Before her is a family that she does not have anymore. But who knows? Maybe she'll make family with them yet. She does go up before all of them and do a very low and simply say, I'm sorry. Perhaps there's something of a tolerance threshold or cultural threshold here. But no one give her ire or wrath. Maybe some pity and some sad looks, but no anger. If you wish to apologize. Yes. Gladly. She holds up her hands to the sky and simply declare, mute orator, speaker of silence, my true goddess. Upon my name, I swear it thrice. Upon my power, I swear it thrice as well. I am ready to forgive them. So please, please lift them of the curse. Those lights from earlier went away, but you see them reappear, in the form of a fox that quickly darts onto Serena's shoulder. A three-eyed, multicolored-eyed fox. To which our keeper here eyes and smiles warmly at, and says thank you. The fox turns to just a series of colors, 3 of them to be exact, and just sort of disintegrates, weirdly enough, and spirals around, sort of like the Google Chrome logo.
You mean the Firefox logo?
Sure.
Nah, either way.
Anyone with passive perception of 16 or above. They would have noted it went away, but you guys didn't really do much for it. It spirals around and grows in size, eventually forming something similar almost that you use, Chenemir. It forms this pillar of swirling and shifting lights, sort of like the dragon singing out Airbender, where all the dragons, come around and swirl and shoot fire and shit. Yeah. It swirls around Serena's form before growing in brightness and intensity. This pillar of light amidst the darkness. And it expands rapidly. It phases through the villagers, through the town, through all of you, out and away, before... Nothing's really changed. It's still dark. There's no rainbow colors left. The Keeper, Serena, is still there. The people look the same. But then you sort of note off in the distance, in the direction of the hanging tree. For it is hanging tree no longer, my friends. It is something of a giving tree, I suppose.
Hey.
It can still provide nectar. This will be noted by Serena in the hours after, in the aftermath of sorts. It can still provide nectar, and it will be nutritious, and it will be enough, certainly. It's something equivalent to like a good bear. It can keep the town sustained, but it does not force the villagers to drink it. The freedom is theirs. It can only but repent for its actions, just like her. In these times to come. And thus, Owen writes in his journal, ended Noxalis' endeavor with Gallivre. He writes this the next day, after having spent the night with Elder Turov's lodge, and you guys are back on the road, for you have, and he notes this, just as big, if not bigger, and just as important, if not more so, important things to do, and another town to save, my friends. But don't think we're ending session here, because we're not. That would be a fantastic time to end it, but there's always more to do. I will ask all of you as players playing your characters with talk to Elder Turov, Mishka, Saya, anyone about... I will say Saya's growths did stay. But Serena remarks about them at a later point that just because something's new doesn't mean it's bad. Just because something's different doesn't mean you need to damn it. She speaks of her experience on that.
Oh my god, I will spend the entire night just going around to I would just gather around every single elder looking person and just teach them like super simple dinner.
They know how to cook. Like I don't they know how to cook.
We don't have food.
They
have
prepared meals in the form of people. They didn't just grab them off the tree and gnaw on their fucking limbs.
As you guys always assume they did. I mean, to be fair, you did see Mishka do that, but that's because I don't think any of you were willing to cook human flesh on her behalf.
Yeah, but for her, that was like eating an apple raw.
Essentially.
Probably more like eating an onion raw, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
don't you know people got layers?
Boo.
Thank you.
One thing, Chenry would have asked Serena if she could have one of the seeds.
You guys torched the seeds.
Did we torch them entirely?
You torched 2 out of 3 of them. Guess who has a third one?
Yeah, never mind that.
Marshall's whip. Or vine.
Which is still fucking nefarious. We're gonna discover that in some other time.
Cool.
So, evil, it just...
Does Aldrich want to hold on to the crystal or give it to Serena?
I would ask her if she wants it back.
She would.
Then give it back. Yeah.
Again, it's her way of communing with her goddess.
Oh yeah,
Mentally thankful for the goddess.
O made it a very clear point that he would not give back the sword to Serena.
She lets him keep it. But she will remark that it's just a normal blade without her touch. It is not the blade's magic that allows it to change, it is hers. As an emissary of the shifting goddess. So right now, it's just a dagger. It's a very nice looking dagger, but it's just a dagger.
Is O here?
No, he had to go eat food.
Okay, then I think he would be considering taking her hand, but I'm not. Oh, I can't.
Let's not assume that.
Oh, expressed interest in talking to Serena about her fighting stuff, so we'll interject that somewhere in the night.
I would ask her about if she's ever seen other Nevros with red eyes, and I would also ask her if she knows anything about stone sorcery.
Nevros red eyes she has, but that's... Yes, a bit wantonly, because so long ago it was. Nevros walked around everywhere. Everyone was Nevros. So, Nevros red eyes, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
As for stone sorcery, she does remark that she has rudimentary knowledge. The shifting form of nature in general was not her forte. Like, the tree, as much as it is her child, it technically, like, she wasn't the forebearer of its creation. That was her fellows. She's the combat sort between the three of them. So, like, when it comes to shifting matter and stuff like that, she only has rudimentary knowledge. But she can answer some questions, depending on which ones you ask.
Hey, what did they decide?
They voted unanimously 100% in being free.
Hype.
Also, I did tell him that you would not give her sword back, and then she said it's worthless without her touch, and then I said you're probably considering taking her hand, but that was all speculation on my part.
Aww. It is not... I'm afraid, my friend, that is not the weapon that is magical. It is the goddess's faith in it. If you convert, I'm sure she'd be willing to have you, just as she has me.
I would ask her if she knows if it is something that is inherited, like a bloodline thing, or if it's something that happens to people. And if it's the latter, does she know what kind of things? Is there a method to it? Is there a reason? Is there a purpose? Those sort of questions.
She remarks a bit of both when it comes to the former. It's something like, not that being able to turn a stone is a disease, I think it's pretty badass personally, but it is something like that. It's like you have an increased likelihood of getting it. So she remarks that one of your ancestors likely had it. Which is not uncommon amongst the Nevros, certainly. As for method to the madness, like any furthering effects of it, she doesn't have any hard factual information. She only has word of mouth. She's heard people that it grows, that they can't turn it off, and then they sort of get overtaken by it. But she's also heard people that remain in control of it, and that it just makes them tougher. She's heard others of a sneakier sort just be able to swim in stone, as it were. Nothing factual, unfortunately, but it does illuminate you to the extreme extent. Like, if you know this, if blank is the worst, that means you know that anything up until that is allowed, but anything past that isn't.
Then I would ask her, so by that logic, is it possible that my nephew Owen is also
liable to receive such abilities? Very well, so yes. He might.
Is there a way to find out? Is there a way to test?
I'm afraid I didn't have that sort of knowledge, but is he a magically inclined sort?
I was not until this happened to me, and I was older than he is now.
You're older than he is now, then perhaps around that time would be the time to make note of it as such.
And
If
now
you were a
look back.
magically inclined sort, I would say that it would occur much more quickly, such as the nature of magic. It is entropic, it is quite forceful and chaotic. Even by my goddess's standards. It has much more of a chance of occurring faster than, if that makes sense.
Nod.
I'm afraid I can't offer any more answers on it.
It's more than I was expecting. Thank you.
Thank you for freeing me, so that we might have this discussion.
I just nod.
Begrudgingly hand her weapon back.
She does like a bow as she receives it back from you, and takes it, and it begins doing the thing it did before. Like,
A lot of things have changed since you have been cursed.
I
And
can
the
tell.
fell gods are rising again. You might
She
need
gets like a-
this.
She gives a word look at that. I fear the fog gods have been rising quite a while. But thank you. From what I remember, our fight, if you can call it such, you were quite a capable warrior.
Do a bow. Perhaps we'll meet
bow
this
back.
veteran of yours. Because I will never be anyone's mouse.
Well, then I shall pray that you will find him like you've treated me. With glorious combat.
Alright. Here you go.
She takes it. Thank you very much. But if you are curious into a weapon such as mine, I make no promises, but perhaps I can inquire of my. I can get something blessed on your behalf, if I'm lucky.
I
Tall in the
present
background.
every weapon I have.
Not at the moment, I'm afraid. I have a lot of communion to do. But if you ever come back, we can talk then. I certainly will not be going anywhere.
A thought just occurred to me. If we
Yes.
pass word of your situation to a certain individual, and if you were willing to describe the world as you remember it, there could potentially be a lot of gold in it
She smiles
for you
mirthlessly.
and for the people you're trying to help.
At that, she chippers up a bit. And who might this individual be?
Chetamir, what's that dude's name? I forget.
Garth doesn't know what you're talking about.
The Remnologist.
Oh, Henry.
Don't worry.
Henry.
He studies...
Remnologist
that's
fields go back
history.
more than a
He
couple.
looks beyond history.
His goes back eons and millennia, not centuries.
Yes.
Before
That
these
being
answers
said-
were outdated.
Yes, but that being said, I'm sure he would find her type of information valuable.
Fair.
It would give a perspective on how things have changed. That way he could probably extrapolate and calculate backwards with more accuracy. That was my thought, at least.
It's best lead, possibly.
Connor has mentioned someone at the Maestro's, an archivist. It's very old, and I'm sure the archives there would love a first-hand account of what things were like back then. Another source.
A very good point.
I shall consider it. If you find anyone curious as to my story, I will be here.
It's a very unique story.
I imagine. But such is the case for people such as you and I.
I'm not terribly unique.
She smiles warmly. Uniqueness is not the point, although I assure you, you're quite unique. There are sometimes, in every age, people that don't back down, no matter what someone else says, or even fate.
Fate can stick it. It's just another chain.
She smiles. And she just dodge it. Case in point.
What a foolish concept.
The only chain that's useful is the one you beat people with.
You just straight look on that. Be careful not to beat too many people.
Yeah, I think I burned that bridge.
Such is a shame. People. Surrender. Can I speak? Of course. Please excuse me.
I think we should be off anyway.
It is your choice if you want to leave in the middle of the night, or you want to be true to what I said earlier. You guys leave in the morning.
Let's take a nap.
Sounds like a time for a long. Man, you guys haven't had that in a while.
Goodbye to Mishka before we leave.
Aw, sure.
That's funny. I want to hang out with Mishka for a bit. Just
Child.
not because like I like kids or anything or had any type of feelings about
Yeah,
this.
no,
I just know
that's-
she likes my dog and like Coin's gonna miss her. That's totally all it is.
Yeah, that's totally it. Yep. Totally it. In your time in Sevlis, just hanging around, Mishka very much was fond of Coin.
Puppy. Who wanna be?
Bye,
It's-
Coin. You'll be good. Rough.
You be good too, Mishka.
She nods. Thank you.
I'm glad we found you.
So am I.
Well, technically, she found us.
I nod emphatically.
Luck player
Well, I'm
in my
happy
favor.
I found you.
I give her like an awkward pat on the head, like, good girl, good child.
Like a dog.
Yes, I'm
Coin just gives you a look like you said you do the same thing with me. Coin gives you a askance look. Betrayed.
How could you?
I thought I was a good girl. You can only be one.
Classic jealous dog.
Coin
No,
just jumps up
only
and rips
me,
Misha's
only
throat
good
out.
girl.
Mishka.
Coin kills Mishka, Saya kills Coin. A series of death ensues.
The entirety of Gallagher's dead.
Just as it should be. You'll come back, right? You'll visit?
If I find myself in this area again, I wouldn't dream of not coming back.
I thought you were going to say I wouldn't dream of it.
This place
Never.
sucks. Goodbye.
Absolutely not.
Oh my god. Anyways, that's what I thought you were going with that. I was like, oh shit.
I'm interested
That'd
to
be
see what happens with
Pinky
Sam.
promise?
I
Promise?
promise. I give her the weird,
Little pinky hook.
arm brace handshake thing.
You don't pinky promise her?
Well, I wanted to be. I'm
Pinky
like,
promise
I
the
take it
child!
well, I'll give her a pinky
Jennifer
promise.
says.
But also,
It's just like off in a
I'll
bush.
give her a little pinky promise. But, Mishka, I'll do you one better. You've proven that over our trips that you're not just a little girl, but you're a fighter. And I want to give you the proper promise of a warrior. And I do the,
She puffs up in pride at that.
yes. And give her the, forearm handshake thing.
Mm.
And I want to give you a proper weapon of a warrior, and I give her a +1 dagger.
I guess the Vax approach.
I'm just
She
gonna,
takes
turn
it. She easily takes it, and she begins stabbing the air with it.
Yes. Good
And now
girl.
she's the Kenku. What's
Tala
her
is
name?
nodding approvingly, like, good. This child is good. Oh, what is this like? His eyes are just stayed on it. What the? What?
Can Chennemer give her some pointers so she doesn't end up stabbing herself by accident?
Yeah.
No, because this is how she learns.
She actually does do some slashing, and when her mother tries to get her child, she accidentally slashes one of the crystal tendrils that she has, and she's like, I'm sorry, and then Saya just, it's fine, just pats her head. You really should be careful with that, though. You might hurt someone that doesn't have crystal on them. I'm sorry. Be careful.
It is a +1 dagger, by the way.
Yeah, but it's also a bunch of crystal, which is resistant to it. Oh yeah,
No,
you guys didn't know this.
okay.
Your magical weapons made no difference.
Mm-hmm.
Things were resistant to all piercing and slashing damage.
Wonderful.
Magic crystal versus magic weapon. So,
Sometimes you just gotta smash.
sometimes you just get DTF.
God bless. Okay.
So, anything else before you guys head off?
Good.
No.
I think it's a good end.
Yeah.
We're not done yet. It's a good ending for Galbert.
Good ending for this session. All right.
While we, as we get on